All right. In this problem set, I want to teach you a fairly easy method that you can use to calculate this dosage calculation problem. That method is called desired over half. Let me show you what that looks like. So it's D over H. Desired over half. Okay? The D stands for what the doctor ordered, okay? The H stands for what do you have on hand, okay? D over H, desired over half, okay? The D stands for what the doctor ordered, which is prednisone, okay? And the H stands for what do you have on hand? And you have 5 milligram tablets, okay? So before you calculate a dosage problem, couple of things that you need to check out first, okay? You need to make sure that your order matches your label. So if your doctor ordered prednisone 15 milligrams, it needs to match the label, the name, okay? If the order says prednisone, the label should say prednisone, okay? If it had that the order was azithromycin 250 milligrams and your label said prednisone 5 milligrams, that is an error, okay? You're going to have to call the doctor back or tell the doctor that it's been a med error and he's going to have to change it or she's going to have to change it. So first step, make sure that your order, the name prednisone, matches the label, okay? So we check both of those and we see that they both match up, okay? Next, we want to make sure that our unit of measure is the same as the one on our label, okay? So our unit measure is in milligrams, okay? If we have that in our order, we need to also make sure that our unit of measure on our label also says milligrams, okay? This cannot say grams and this says milligrams. If that was the case, then you're going to have to do some converting and change your grams to milligrams so that these could match. And we're going to do a problem just like that. So make sure that your order matches. So we see that it says prednisone, our label says prednisone, our unit of measure is milligrams, and then our unit of measure is milligrams down here, okay? Now we can calculate our dose. Remember, we're going to use the measurement desired over half, okay? All right, so let's start off trying to calculate this problem. So the doctor has ordered prednisone 15 milligrams. What we have on hand is prednisone 5 milligrams. How many tablets would you give the patient? Okay, so we're going to start up here. Okay, what is our desired? So we know that the doctor has ordered 15 milligrams. So let's do that. We're going to calculate and put 15. What do we have? We have 5 milligram tablets. Okay. So basically what we need to do is figure out how many 5 milligram tablets will equal to 15, okay? Out of the top of our mind, we're going to automatically think 3, okay? So let's just think in the top of our mind, 3 tab, okay? But we don't want to go by that. We want to calculate the dose, okay? All right, so we're going to take 3, like that, 3 times 5 is 15. That cancels out, okay? So we know that X equals 3 tablets, okay? That will be your answer. We took the desired, okay, which is our 15 milligram. We took our half. What do we have on hand? We have 5 milligrams. We see how many times 5 goes into 15, which is 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. We cancel those out, and we know that we're going to give 3 tablets. Or on the CCMA exam, you will be able to use a calculator on the computer. So if you didn't want to do it the long division way, you can do it on your calculator like this. 15 divided by 5 equals 3 tablets. Okay, either or. You can do it long division way or you can do it the short way. And we're going to practice more doing both of those. But this is how you would calculate that problem. All right, so let's work on another problem. I have a new problem set this up here. And remember, before we do anything, we need to make sure that our order, the name of the drug, matches what we have on hand. So the doctor ordered Lanoxin 0.125 milligram, and what we have on hand is Lanoxin 0.25 milligram scored tablets. So what I want to mention here is what a scored tablet is. A scored tablet is a regular tablet, but it has an indentation down through the middle. And that's just to let us know that it can be broken in half, okay? Only scored tablets can be broken in half. If you had another tablet and you tried to break it in half, it's either going to have like a jagged edge on it or it's going to break and crumble. Okay, so again, let me reiterate, only scored tablets can be broken in half. And with that being said, not all scored tablets, because usually when I do a question like this, a lot of my students think, well, if you break this tablet, it's going to be half a tablet. But that's not always true. Sometimes you can give a whole scored tablet. So don't always think because we're going to break this or that you're going to break it. There may be times that you give it whole. All right, so let's work out this problem using the desired over the half method. Okay, so the doctor has ordered Lanoxin 0.125. That's our desired. We know our desired is 0.125. So we want to, let's do long division. Okay, 0.125. That's what the doctor has ordered. That's our desire. What we have on hand is 0.25 milligrams. So what we have is 0.25. Okay? So basically looking at this, we'll say how many tablets can go into this. By looking at it, we know that it may be half a tablet, but we want to make sure that we have it right. Okay? So we can take 0.5, all right? 0.5 times 0.25 equals 0.125. This cancels out, and we realize that our x equals 0.5 tab. Okay? Half a tablet. You can either write it like this, or you can put x equals 1/2 tab. Okay? Either way is right. You can either do 0.5 tab or half tab. They still mean half tablet. Okay? And that's our answer. All right? Let's work on our next problem. So I have another problem that I have up here. We're going to still use our desired over half method. Okay? I just made this up, so I don't have like a medication, but I just want to work this out right here. Remember I said that if you had a problem that had per, okay, that means you multiply, okay? So we're still going to use desired over half, but because we have multiply, okay, we're going to have to put times quantity. So it's going to be desired over half times the quantity, because it has per. Remember, per means to multiply. So let's work this out. The doctor has ordered 50 milligrams of a tablet. We see that we have the same unit of measure, milligram. So he desired 50. And what we have on hand is 25 milligrams per tablet. Again, let's go back and look at per. That word per means to multiply. All right, so let's do this. The doctor ordered 50 milligram tablets. What we have on hand is 25. By looking at this, we can just say that it takes 225 milligram tablets to get to 50. But again, we want to calculate this and not just go by our hearsay. Okay, so we're going to say how many times does 25 go into 50? Well, we know that 25 goes into 50 2 times. 2 times 25 is 50. We cancel that out, and we know that our x equals 2. Watch this. Not 2 tablets. That's not what it says. Okay? 2 capsules. Make sure that you have your unit of measure right. If your label is in capsules, your answer has to be in capsules. If it was in tablets, your label's in tablets, your answer has to be in tablets. So what if you did 2 tablets instead of 2 capsules, the answer will be wrong because it's the wrong unit of measure. So make sure you pay attention to that. Okay. Also, I want to mention as well, when you take the CCMA exam, you will have a calculator. You may not want to do long division. So in your calculator, you can easily just put 50 divided by 25 equals 2. You're still going to get the exact same answer, whether you do long division way or you just do the simple way in your calculator. So those are just 2 ways that you can do it. This is how you work out the problem. Let's work on another problem. Okay, so this is our last problem, and I just want to show you this. It's not hard, but we're going to use the same method, but I just want to teach you some things. Okay, so this question has, the doctor has ordered Dilantin 0.2 grams capsules. What we have on hand is Dilantin 100 milligram capsules. How many capsules will we give? Okay, so remember, before we start anything, we want to make sure, number one, we have the same medication in our order as well as in our label. So we see that we have Dilantin, and we see in our label we have Dilantin as well, but our unit of measure does not match. Our unit of measure is 0.2 grams capsule. What we have on hand is 100 milligrams capsules, okay? You cannot calculate that because it has to be the same unit of measure in both, okay? So what you have to do is you need to know how to convert within the metric system, okay? So I wrote this down, and how we calculate this, whatever you have on hand. So if you had a milligram unit of measure on hand, you're going to convert this gram to milligrams. So whatever's in this label, you're going to convert that top unit of measure. Okay? All right. So going from grams to milligrams, when I was in nursing school, we used to do King Harry diet, drinking chocolate milk. That's how we figured out which way to move our decimal point. But this is much easier, okay? So this is just showing micrograms to milligrams to grams to kilograms, okay? Then it says it's the same thing, micrograms, milligrams, grams to kilograms, all right? If we were going from grams to milligrams, right here, grams to milligram, the arrow is pointing this way. So if we're going from grams to milligrams, we're going to times it by 1,000, all right? If we were going to milligrams to grams, we're going to divide by 1,000. You see what it looks like? So if we're going in this direction, okay, you're going to divide by 1,000. If we're going the opposite direction, we're going to go and multiply by 1,000, okay? So we want to change 0.2 grams to milligrams, okay? So we're going to take our 0.2 grams, go to milligrams. How do we do that? I'm sorry, take our grams and change it to milligrams. How do we do that? We're going to multiply by 1,000, okay? So 0.2 times 1,000 equals 200. So that changes our order to 200 milligrams. All right, so I know that's a lot, but let's work that out. We've already converted our unit of measure. Now that this matches this, we can calculate it, okay? All right, let's do it. So we know that the doctor has ordered 200 milligrams. 200 mg. Let's put caps. What we have on hand is 100 milligrams, okay? Of course, by looking at this, we can see how many times for 100 going to 200. We know 2 times, but we just want to make sure, okay? So we're going to take 2. 2 times 100 is 200. This cancels out, and we know that we get 2, not tablets, we get 2 capsules, and this will be our answer. Okay? I know this seems like a lot, but you'll get used to it. You should have a worksheet just to practice on in your Google Drive. So take this, make sure you work on your desired over half, and you should be great. If you had this on the CCMA exam, you probably will only have 1 or 2 problems, but you need to know how to do the calculations because you never want to get tripped up. All right, that ends this recording.